Hey guys, Unfrequented World, another day, another adventure. I got a couple hours here down at the waterfront, so we're gonna head back into the bush where I was yesterday, and we're gonna switch machines today. We're gonna use the Bounty Hunter Land Ranger Pro today, just to see if we can get a little deeper. Maybe there's some signals we missed. I'm not necessarily going over the exact same places I was yesterday, but we'll start where I found the ring and go from there and see what we can find. And we're going to start in the coin mode, but I have a bunch of stuff discriminated out at the top, so we should be getting just higher signals. Alright, I couldn't help it. I put the detector down on the ground and there was a signal. I had to dig it. Just had to check with the new machine. So that was coming in solid 75, 77 on the Bounty Hunter Land Ranger Pro, so I may have to avoid those. You will also notice my beautiful footwear today so that we can go back into the muddy swamp without getting wet socks. And then this one here rang up a solid 60 zinc signal. I thought, well, we'll try it because it's not that high tone, but still a cap. That's the joys of running two machines. You just get one figured out for an area and then you switch and you're starting over again. I have to say that the pinpointing on this machine is driving me absolutely freaking up the wall, like making me wish I was using the other machine. So I'm getting a decent signal here. And see there, the pinpointing just cut out. It just keeps cutting out. Well, there's an old shell casing. It's pretty old. I can't make any writing or anything on the top for caliber, but pretty big, pretty wide. Well, here's something I haven't found before. I mean, I found singles before, but look at this. A clump of keys. And they are rusted right together. There's 3 there. Another 3 or 4 in there. And then a few more in here. I'm gonna see if I can pull these apart and get a closer look. So I tried to pull the first clump apart and the keys just broke in half. But the second clump I grabbed came apart. And the reason I did that was to get some information, and we did. There's a date on there, 1975. Well, I guess we can assume that this guy and 12 of his friends have been locked out of their house since 1975. Oh, spring is here. The fiddleheads are starting. Right where I'm going to dig. Well, that was a crap load of work for an old railroad spike. If you look up there, there's the railroad. I've come too close. Oh, super rooty down here. Really, really hard to dig, and when you get an item in there, really hard to get it out. I thought I had a coin. Turned out to be a rivet off of a tarp, I think, or something like that. What is this? It was just buried in the grass here. And that's what was making the detector go off, but it's part of some case. Upon further inspection, I think I've figured it out. It's an ink cartridge of some kind. Because there's this pouch inside here and it's full of black ink. It's all over my hand. Nasty. Well, I've traveled a long way today and it's been nothing but trash. Completely different story than yesterday, so. Trash. Speaking of trash, look at this. Some people are just pigs. There's garbage bags back there all buried. You ever have one of those aha moments? Well, this was more of a hey dummy moment. An astute viewer said, "You have a large cent in your book. Go get it and wave it under the detector and you'll know exactly what it's going to ring up as." I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm not a genius, I'm a metal detectorist. There we go, 76 on the Garrett AT Pro. I set the coin down on the ground to do the test, walked back into the garage to grab the other detector, couldn't find the coin. Had to use my metal detector to find my own damn coin. Oh man! And I'm not even joking. I shouldn't be putting this in my video because it really happened. Bounty Hunter Land Ranger Pro. Zinc 5758. Alright, another day guys, and this time we're going to try somewhere that I've had on my list for over a year. I basically just did a Google map of the city and picked out my top picks for old areas that were still parks and things like that. And a buddy of mine, Josh, was online last night and he sent me a few pictures as well. And one of the ones he sent me was on my list already. So I thought, well, that's too much coincidence. He sees it, I see it, I'm going to go dig it. So that's where we're going today. Well, it's not looking good. The first two signals, beer cans, buried quite a ways under there. It's trashy. Well, I'm not finding anything but modern trash, and that's because they've reclamated the creek here. They did a bunch of erosion control, and you can see all along both sides. They've dumped plastic barriers and then rock, and then filled it on top. So gonna have to find a better spot than down here by the creek anyway. 4 beer cans, 2 hot rocks, and this. You guys are missing nothing. Another one. I'm not even joking. I'm calling them hot rocks, but they're not. They're like some kind of old slag or something. And if we look at these holes I'm digging, these look like they've been backfilled, you know, 50s, 60s. So I got quite a bit of park area here, and I think it's all backfilled. Well, North Bay. There's a phone number and 2006. I wonder if I should call them and tell them I found their dog. Just kidding. I would never do that. Unless I was drinking. Just kidding. I don't drink. Except when I do. So here we have the Eco Path Chippewa Creek plaque that says, "You are here, a people place. People have gathered around creeks, rivers, and lakes for centuries for food, shelter, transportation, celebration, and spiritual reverence." I know, that just means there is centuries of junk here, and all of it's modern. Time to move on and find me some old park that hasn't been backfilled. Before we do that, it's time to lighten our load. You're welcome, Chippewa Creek. You're welcome. Ancient Canadian beer stein. Ceramic. You can tell from the cracking it's early 16th century. You know how quickly we forget. I find this right along the edge of the park here, and obviously, I mean, they built that up. I don't know when. The trees have been in there a while. They're pretty big, but they're both dead. Completely dead. So, you know, some generation of the city decided that this would be a good idea, and then it was never taken care of. Well, just working away here, digging my usual junk. And I noticed beside me, there's a jacket over there lying by that tree. I am wearing gloves. I could go through it. Who are we kidding? We all knew I was going to go through it. And it's empty. Just working the bush here, and I think I found an old foundation. And it's kind of a flat spot right here. We'll give it a go. Well, there's an oldie. Metal cap, and it's still attached to some kind of metal tube. Don't know what would have been in there. Oh, the poor creek. I don't know if you guys can see it on the phone, but man, it's just full of trash. There's a tire, there's some kind of sign, there's beer cans, beer bottles, something shiny over there, I don't know what it is. Just an absolute mess. Okay, I finally got something here, guys, on the bottom of the clump I just turned over, copper. What? Pff, arcade. Ah! Oh, the Happy Man Arcade. I remember that place when I was a kid down on Main Street. I think it's been gone years and years. There's no date on here and no cash value. I'm actually alright with that. That's local history, so I don't mind that. Somebody tell me that's real. It's heavy. Nope. Of course not. I had hopes. I had real hopes. Well, it doesn't look like much, guys, but that's actually pure old heavy copper. You can see I scraped away the green, and it is solid and heavy. Probably a couple bucks worth of copper there. Well, there it is, guys, the 3 finds that I'm keeping for today. The rest of the stuff went in the trash as I went by. I honestly thought I had a large cent when that brown token came up. I thought, could it be this easy? Could I have hit my first goal? So a little heartbreaking. And then the chain, my heart skipped a beat when that came up. So hey, it was an exciting morning in the end, and I had fun. So at the end of this year, my plan is to bury my own little hoard with the coolest finds that I've gotten from last year. Silver plated salt shaker, I don't know, it's old. Bunch of other junk in the bottom there. There's some tokens, gold, fishing lures, earring, an old knife, and I'm going to put some coins in there. I have all my coins right now are in there, and I'm going to try to find a spot to bury this for where a kid's going to find it and just absolutely make his day. I'm going to put a little card in there that says the hoard in a little plastic thing so it doesn't get destroyed, and we'll make some kid's day. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be out again this week for sure, so more videos to come.